I like thinking out of the box, and sometimes thinking out of the box requires new definitions, new words.
Zoltan, I love the new words you make up, the so-called neologisms, a blizzard of words that have never existed before that you use as, I think, part of your transhumanism vision for humanity, that the world is so different that we can't use the same language. So what are some of your favorite new words?
Well, I think one that I talk about sometimes is called the omnipotism. This is the idea that, what comes after the AI age? What if you merge with the singularity? Is there something beyond the singularity? And this is this concept that, yes, even as you have become a super intelligent, you must merge into something else. And it would become, the omnipotism is something where your intelligence starts spanning the cosmos, merging in with all subatomic matter, being able to tie into it, being able to kind of just become almost like a Gaia brain spanning the cosmos. And, I'm always looking for ideas and ways to define something new in the futurist world that can help somebody understand something more. Another favorite one of mine, not necessarily new words, but delayed fertility advantage. We're coming to a point when it's, I married a woman older than me, so we were worried about having children because she was into her 40s already. And we had successful children. We were very excited and very lucky. But it turns out now that if we're able to wait another 10, 20 years, the longer you wait, the better you have a chance as a woman because of the new techniques, new different types of stem cells, somatic cells, and being able to not necessarily even need to give birth through a uterus anymore, but you can use somatic cells from your cheeks to create a baby and maybe put it into an use our artificial wombs and things like this. But we call this delayed fertility advantage. The longer you wait, the safer the chance is for having a successful child. And there are weird ways of looking at different things, and maybe my ideas aren't always right. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but that's important, is to put out a lot of ideas, try to defend them, and let them live or die as possible. I mean, that's really a contribution. The fact that they're wrong. One of my colleagues once told me that he's all of his ideas have worked, and my answer was, well, that means you have too few ideas.
Yes, well, I mean, I get criticized quite a bit for coming up with words and ideas and this and that. But, when you're trying to throw darts at a board, you don't have to always hit. It only takes one bullseye to really feel good about what you did, contributing something to the world and society. And I like thinking out of the box. And sometimes thinking out of the box requires new definitions, new words.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's a very positive contribution. As you mentioned, in terms of later childbirth for women, I also married a woman significantly older than I was. We were both much younger, so we had children normally. But my daughter didn't get married until she was in her mid-40s, and then tried to have children, which were they were miscarried because they were genetically deformed because of her age. But she had frozen her eggs when she was like 35, 10 years earlier. So they got one of those eggs. It was defrosted. Her husband fertilized it in vitro. It was refrozen for another year while her body was, because she wanted to carry it herself. And remarkably, after zillions of genetic tests, she gave birth, a cesarean birth at 49, with a son who's now 4 years old and totally normal in every possible respect. And even though I did my doctorate in the biological sciences, I'm still amazed by that.
No, I mean, it's a wonderful world we're coming into where you can do these things, where things that might have changed one's life or hampered it can now be done. And so, I mean, I'm excited. I've told my wife now, we're not having any more children, but I believe actually we probably will. We just might have them when we're 60 or 70 or 80 now, and we'll probably have it in a test tube, and it'll be done through our cells, and we might even modify and do some designer baby stuff. But that's all part of evolution, part of the transhumanism movement.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and comment below. You can support Closer to Truth by subscribing. Closer to Truth is now accepting your tax-exempt donations. Please come to closertotruth.com/donate. Thank you very much for supporting us, and thanks for watching.